So last year, the Xiaomi Mi Mix came out and was kind of a big splash because it had very small bezels, and it seems like that kind of kicked off the bezel-less trend that we've seen in LG and Samsung phones, and soon to be an iPhone as well. But now Xiaomi is back with another one. They just announced the Mi Mix 2 today, and it has even smaller bezels and some better specs than the Mi Mix last year. So it has a the display has been shrunk down from 6.4 inches to 5.9 inches. And then the bezels are a little bit smaller. So it's actually, the device is a little bit more easy to hold. It's a little smaller. The display now is 18 by 9 instead of 17 by 9. So a little bit more traditional with like what LG and Samsung are doing. And then it has a Snapdragon 835 now, and 12 megapixel camera, all that good stuff. You can even get an 8 GB of RAM model, which is
Oh.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's along with 256 gigs of storage.
Yeah, it's like they have two models. There's like a standard one, which is ceramic with a aluminum frame, and then like the super special fancy one, which is ceramic unibody, and that
Wow.
has 8 GB of RAM. So kind of cool. What do you guys think about this phone?
That's the one I want. I want the 8 GB RAM. When can I buy this? Where can I buy it?
I mean, is
Is
that
it
really necessary? Eight
T-
gigabytes of RAM?
T-Mobile? Can I get it at T-Mobile or maybe Verizon, perhaps?
You can't buy it in the US, but it does have
No.
US. It does have US bands though. You can use it in the
So I
US.
mean, I guess you can import it, yes, but I don't know. I I'm so weird about these Xiaomi phones. I wish they would really just make like a US model and launch it on Amazon or
That would be
whatever.
pretty
But,
awesome.
Yeah,
yeah.
seriously, just make it a little bit easier for us to buy it.
I will say the software is extremely heavy as far as Android skins go. It is.
So you do need 8 gigabytes of
You're
RAM.
probably gonna need all 8 gigs. The one I played with at CES, the original Mi Mix, first time ever playing with the Xiaomi phone since like I used to put the ROM on my G1 back in the day. And it's so laggy, so slow, so choppy, so the software experience is, I mean, I guess the user experience or whatever, it was just so terrible. But I mean, there's lots of features. It looks very much like iOS, which some people are really into. But other than that, like, I just don't think I would. I don't know. The hardware and the price always seem really, really great, but it's just the software that's kind of turning me off to these phones. So,
Yeah, the price, like if this would actually be available in the US, the regular model would, with conversion would be around $500, and like the super special version would be around 700, which really is not bad at all.
No,
yeah.
it's no, definitely not. I'm just a little disappointed they didn't try and go dual cameras with this one. I mean, it's got an upgraded 12 megapixel sensor, but I would have liked to see dual pixel.
Yeah, something a
cameras.
little funner like that. I mean, I do like LG's wide angle, which they're the only ones doing the wide angle, and I do like the zoom stuff on the OnePlus 5 with the 2x zoom lens, and I've used
Get
that
over
as
the
well.
OnePlus 5. It's done. Just let it go.
I love the OnePlus 5. I was just about to say, or you could just buy a OnePlus 5 with 8 GB of RAM, and it's way cheaper, and be completely happy and content because it's.
Do you guys think that the Mi Mix, the original, actually started the bezel-less thing, or do you think that that was in motion before they made that?
It
I
was.
think it was definitely in motion, but
Yeah.
Mix was the first one to show it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, no, there was like the Sharp Aquos phone, which was
yeah, I forgot about
CES
that.
That's true. That's
2 years ago, and then that one was cool, but it just had a really big chin.
Yeah.
But I mean, it still was pretty great, and people were
It wasn't
flipping
really a
out about it.
flagship, right?
No, it had mid-range specs, so
Yeah.
that was kind of why people were sort of like whatever about it. But I think there was like a flagship version that was in Japan that never launched outside of Japan, so like nobody ever heard about it or knew about it, and it was just whatever. But it's interesting to see how this is finally taking off. I still think it's upside down. I think there should be no bezels at the bottom, and then you should put the bezel at the top. And
Yeah,
all
the
sensors
the front-facing camera is on the bottom for this phone.
Yeah, makes sense.
At least it's not as predominant as it was on the original Mi Mix, though. Like they put some coating on the front of it to make it blend easier.
Yeah, it looks nicer. I mean, they have the curved on the bottom. They have the curved corners and all that. The bezel, I want to say it looks smaller, but it might not on the bottom. But it looks great. I mean, I'm so for the bezel-less future on phones. Like I absolutely can't wait. And I feel like in some respects the Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus and the Note I almost feel like they kept the bezels on purpose. Samsung could have gotten rid of them, but they kept them on purpose. And this is just pure conspiracy theory, mind you, but just so that they can upgrade to the next version later and get rid of the bezels. Like I feel like it's just a sticker on the display. You can like peel it off or something. But
so that is the Mi Mix 2 phone we probably will never see, but it's just kind of like an Android, thing, like look at phones that we're never going to get and say, oh, that's so cool. So yeah, that is the Fancast for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.